And today it is I, Hydra, and I'm back with another video. This video, it's going to be a little bit more structured.
Okay, so for some of the context of the video. This video we're watching is about Fallout 4, a game I personally enjoy, and would spend days upon days playing. Now, we are recording this, right before bed. Just finishing up some homework. So, you're not going to hear me talk for most of the videos, probably because I'm doing homework or I'm getting ready. This will take about a 2 to 3 day project. Just so you know, it'll be about a 2 or 3 day project that I'm working on. So, if you don't see any uploads for a while, I don't remember when I last uploaded. It was a couple months ago. I did just delist a few of them. I just didn't want them up there. I mean, I'm delisting some of them because some of them are just quite embarrassing. And for my newer audience, there are people who are watching that aren't really susceptible to listening to cursing, so I'm going to be a bit more friendly for a while. So I'm going to play the video. Do not fret. If it gets done, it'll get done in an hour. It'll be up maybe in 20-30 minutes. Heck, it might even be up tomorrow morning. I am going to post this, I don't know when, but I do hope everybody who watches my content or still doesn't really matter if you watch or not. You should watch to the end. It would help. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But it would be really helpful if you did. So, on with the video. Sorry for if your ears are getting rat blasted right now. I'm recording on a phone. I don't have a computer yet. As soon as I get a computer, I'll be editing. So expect for cleaner videos in about a year. I'll have a job by then, so I'll be making money. So, with all that said, yeah, just enjoy the video. And yeah, goodbye.
So I'm actually quite excited to present this one to you guys. So I'm sure you saw the title, so let's just get right into it. So, in the DLC for Fallout 4, Far Harbor, one of my personal favorite DLCs of all time, Dima asks Far Harbor, one of my personal favorite DLCs of all time, Dima asks you the question, are you a synth? Now, you could think, no, I'm not a synth, that's impossible. Which is completely fine, but if that's the case, then to be honest, I don't know why you're here, because, ladies and gentlemen, that is the topic we're exploring today. Is the sole survivor of Fallout 4 a synthetic human? Now, allow me to present a few opening points before we really get into the main argument. Firstly, let's talk about the railroad. More specifically, an outpost you see just...
Okay, so I've actually looked for this outpost. This is where Deacon will first spot you as soon as you leave Vault 111. Now, there are some questions. Why are the railroad watching you, the sole survivor, when you could be, out somewhere else? Now, this is a good question. Where did the synths come from? I mean, you had the first generation that were just robots, like the Terminator, other things like that. Basically just metal machines that just shoot whatever they see. That's not another synth. If it's human, it's dead. If it's animal, it's dead. Anything they see is dead. That's not robot or institute property. That's the only time they don't shoot each other. Now, this raises another question. Nick Valentine. He's a synth you save who has the mind of a detective before the bombs dropped. and the world went into atomic fire. So, with this, why would you ask if you're a synth or not? I mean, you could be a synth, you could not be a synth. It would take respawning getting a second soul survivor and shooting them to see if you have that. And you don't really have that synth component. Like if you did that, you spawned the soul survivor again, and you shot him dead, right square in the head. They don't have a synth component. I'm not sure you could even do that with console commands. Now, if you kill Sturgis, which you can't, because he's an invincible character. It's not like Fallout New Vegas where you could just do an entire psychopath run and just play the murderer. Among Us, New Vegas. If you want a video like that, I might do that. As soon as I get a computer, I will just hook up my Xbox controller and I will do that for a video. But you guys have to like for that. Yeah, it would be a Fallout New Vegas kill everyone playthrough. Honestly, I would find that to be quite fun. Because I get to kill people I don't like. Like Benny, who shoots you in the head. All of his friends. That whiny jerk, who if you shoot the war memorial or even take a picture, he says you're desecrating it, even though there's no bullet holes. Yeah, there's a lot of people I want dead. We're just gonna say that. Some of them not nice. Veronica is going to be a worthless tool, as I'm going to help the Brotherhood murder an NCR Ranger. And yeah, I'm going to get power armor training, and yeah, I'm going to blow up the place. Place is going up like a light. Okay, it's already 7 minutes in, and we could have had this video done by now. So I'm just going to go back to it. 17-minute long video. You guys are lucky. Got off topic really quick. Let's get back in it. Yeehaw! No, don't ever do that.
Outside of Vault 111, if you, from getting out of the vault, turn left and go down the road a ways, then you'll see the outpost. There's a railroad sign with an ally, which is it's like a plus symbol, which means an ally. And it is clear that whoever set up this place was planning on being here for a long time. It's almost like, well, as if they're waiting for someone, waiting for you, the sole survivor, to emerge from the vault.
Break out of your vault.
Now, I'm not sure how much the railroad knows about the Institute and where they got their synths from, but they obviously suspect that the Institute did something in Vault 111, or else they wouldn't be there, because any business that the Institute is involved in, the railroad is sure to investigate, which is exactly what led them to Vault 111. As I will explain to you, everything that I'm talking about is all interconnected by one thing: the sole survivor. They are the person that could either make or break the Commonwealth, depending on what faction views you have as a player. If you end up going far enough into the Institute questline, eventually, Father will want to meet with you on the roof of the CIT building, where he will say he released you to see what would happen.
Why would he say that if you weren't a synth? I mean, would you really kill your own parent? You know what I mean? Now, you could just kill your son. Just kill him. Flat out, just go bang, bang, bang. End his life. But let's get back into the video.
This, ladies and gentlemen, well, this is where things start to get juicy. This entire video is structured around this experiment that Sean conducts on the Soul Survivor. that is, in reality, far more than a simple experiment. It's a test, and it's a damn big one at that. So, I believe that Father's experiment goes deeper than simply wanting to see what would happen. Perhaps, and again, this is entirely theoretical, perhaps Father perfected the technology of the Generation 3 synth, making it more closely aligned with humans. And while I'm explaining this, keep in mind, the entire point of the synth is to replicate the human being, to be as close to an actual life form as physically possible. So why wouldn't Father take this extra step in the name of the Institute, mankind, and all that he's worked toward? Remember, Sean's entire life is the Institute. It's all he's ever known, and all he ever knew. If he could succeed at this experiment, it would become his crowning achievement. And another thing to note is that throughout the game, throughout your time with Sean, he never really refers to you as mother or father, at least as far as I can remember. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section. And the reason for that is because he doesn't see you that way. Both his real parents are dead. You are his creation, a synth. So, to continue, in order to perfect synth technology, this model would have to be entirely independent. No programming, no commands, absolutely no artificial interference. The only thing artificial about the synth is its body. With the memories of the soul survivor implanted in this synth, Father had it put into cryogenic sleep exactly where the soul survivor was, in Vault 111. And he waited and watched. He watched the synth's every move as it was released from cryogenic sleep. Because, as we all know, the crows that you see all around the Commonwealth are spies for the Institute. So in this case, yes, the birds literally work for the bourgeoisie. But anyway, back to this experiment that I mentioned. As I said at the beginning, I believe it goes much deeper than when Father said, I wanted to see what would happen. I believe that Father wanted you, his artificial parents, and crowning achievements, I think he wanted you to take charge of the Institute. Just think about it first.
You would never die. You just wouldn't die because because you're a synth, right? And synths basically live forever. That's if like it's not a battery needed thing, and it just can live like a cyborg. Like the Terminator could live for up to 140 years without even needing to recharge its battery. They might have perfected it so radiation keeps that battery up. And there's a fuck ton of it all over the wasteland. And you even get it while you're in the sun. So you would never have to worry about running out of battery. As a Generation 3 synth. Most Generation 3s spend their time underground, where they perfect it. So, wouldn't this also mean that his crowning achievement, the synth, would entirely come up to you? Because you would never die if you never had any certain directives blow up the Institute, as that's one possible ending. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're Minutemen, Railroad, Brotherhood of fucking Steel. You blow up the Institute anyway. The only ending where the Institute doesn't get blown up is the Institute ending itself, where you take down the Pridwin. Here's what happened. You end up annihilating the Brotherhood of Steel and the Railroad. The Railroad was Crossfire. They were never really your enemy. I mean, when you first met, you met in this cave. Speedrunners usually go there first, so they don't have to go back and follow that long-ass path to, all the way to Good Neighbor and then go all the way down that way. They just do the path probably like when they're level 2. Running their ass all the way there. Hightailing. Hoping that Suicider doesn't reach them and blow up and commit suicide. It takes time to do that. And, you could beat Fallout New Vegas in 30 minutes. There have been people who've done it in 30 minutes. That's like one of the fastest speedrun times ever. Was like a minute under 30 minutes. Now, you can cheese the game. And there are ways to cheese it. And now you can cheese it by just having fucking charisma and not fighting like a Linus at the end of the game. There's also other things. But we should go back to the video.
Second, you were literally his life's work. The first Generation 4 synth. Fully independent. And what if the sole survivor, his greatest creation, could take charge of the very institution that he cares about most? Humanity's greatest hope for survival. It's quite emotional when you think about it, actually. Let me explain. All his life, Father was taught to work. The Institute comes first. Everything else later. And to reinforce that, he had no parents to teach him anything. More importantly, how to express his emotions. I find it astounding that even if you choose to betray the Institute and destroy it, he still wants you to be happy with the child synth version of himself that he reprogrammed just for you. This is nothing short of an act of love, an act of someone who truly cares, or cared about you. It's
The child version of the synth. See, Father dies in the end. Either it be from cancer or you setting the place ablaze. Or you putting a bullet in his back. Whatever it is, he just wants you to be happy. Now this is an act of love. I don't believe that Sean's the good guy. I very much believe he's the bad guy. He's the villain of the story. The reason why the Institute's bad, they have to kidnap people. Art is an escaped guy who managed to get away from the synth that was programmed to catch him. He got captured, right? Probably fought his way out and was trying to find his way back home when the synth version of him was walking around. That's a random encounter you can encounter. And you find the synth on the ground pinned by the real Art. You shoot that fake synth, if you shoot both of them, which it is indeed probably the best option, depending on what ending you're going for. Brotherhood, you let Art live. The real Art. Institute, you kill both. It's already compromised enough. Railroad. You save the synth, fuck the human. Or you save both. And they go their separate ways. I got this one many times. And it always hit me. Like, how does this work? Let's please get back to the video.
Nothing like the Father we know and spoke to. He may not show it, but I believe Father truly does love you, as in the sole survivor. The first generation 4 synth, his greatest creation. Because even if the sole survivor chooses to destroy everything he knows and holds dear, he still wants them to be happy with young Sean forever. Because as we know, you and your son are both synthetic humans, meaning you are most likely immortal, similar to our favorite detective, Nick Valentine, only much, much more perfected. So, in short, yes, you, as in the sole survivor, are the first generation 4 synth, fully independent, fully free-thinking, free of institute commands and programming, the closest thing possible to a human being, another living thing, another life form. And Father could not be more proud of this fact. He has worked his entire life to create you, which is why he banks everything he holds dear on you. Because he loves you. He loves everything that you are and everything that you represent. Humanity's greatest hope for the future. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. My first scripted video.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like he said. This isn't scripted. I would work on a script. I have worked on a script. Just didn't feel like doing it. Seemed like a dumb idea. But with that said, folks, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Good night, my fellow friends.